Like, he seems one of those people, like, say there was, like, a fight of, like, 18 people around him, and he knocked down all of them. Like, they're knocked out. He seemed like the person literally would take a gun and shoot them all in the head. Like, haha. I guess here we go. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Truth Around the Multiverse with your hosts, the man who takes all the birthdays, Kyle Charles, and
I have riches and gold, the envy of every man. See what I shown?
And today, in this brand spanking newish episode, I say newish, it's new, we are going to be talking about the man, the myth, the legend in his own mind, because, the great, I'm not going to say great, the guy whose heritage is so confusing, he doesn't know himself, because it changes all the time in interviews. The master of Aikido, the man who Geese Howard fears, because they practice martial arts, apparently. He's also been a state trooper, and apparently he trained the CIA to take down terrorists and all this rubbish.
Yep. He trained Anderson Silva in his UFC fights as well. Yeah.
Even though Anderson Silva says that never happened. The man, Steven Seagal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but before we chat about him, just do the little the YouTubey stuff. Hey, if you while you're here, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and interact with us in the comment section below. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter. All that stuff can be found up on the top of the screen. And let's talk about this great man.
First, but you forgot to mention the all-time singer sensation, because man has 2 albums.
Yes, he brought out albums. Oh, we'll get into that.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah. But actually, you know what? To get in the forefront of this now, this guy is not the greatest, okay?
No, far
Screen persona-wise, actual real life or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And we'll have to try and cut it down the middle at certain parts, but obviously you're going to have your opinion here and there on certain specifics, yeah?
Yeah.
But we're not going to try and just crap all over the guy, okay?
No.
But I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to ask you this. Now,
ask me.
Your boy Vin Diesel, right?
Yep.
You enjoy Vin Diesel, the master and ruler of his own world as well, okay?
Of our world, but carry on. Yeah.
yeah. But why is it that you respect Vin Diesel? And I respect him as well. Certain things I don't agree that Vin Diesel should portray himself as all invincible overlords or anything like that. But I give him some respects. How come when Steven Seagal does the same thing, we do not respect him?
Because it's Steven Seagal, if I'm on it. Like, he's like, it's just how he legit acts. Because, like, at least with Vin Diesel, he's in on a joke sometimes. Because when you see him in interviews, he's just a normal guy making all jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
Steven, he just takes himself way too seriously, and it's so it's unreal. Like, really, you believe your eyes.
That's why I agree with Vin Diesel. He knows he's got Vin Diesel the screen persona, and he's got Vin Diesel the Mark Sinclair who goes to do the interviews as Vin Diesel, right?
Yeah.
But Steven Seagal, he thinks he's Steven Seagal 24/7 all the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, he doesn't think he is. He knows he is. He is. Right?
Delusion,
it's just like when Hulk Hogan is Hulk Hogan all the time, and apparently Hulk Hogan is the character Hulk Hogan is 10 inches, right?
Yeah.
But Terry Bono, the actual guy, doesn't.
He doesn't, yeah.
Okay, well,
sure, that's how science and biology works.
All right, whatever, right? Your boy gets hit, right? Your boy, Vin Diesel, he gets hit and hurt in his films, right?
Yeah.
Whether, how much he sells it or not, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But Steven Seagal, he just doesn't sell it.
No.
Gets hit, doesn't care.
No, he somehow he's a tank. Yeah, it doesn't make any logical.
And I have to say, now that he gets bigger, he's probably able to absorb more shots.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
But
like the block.
That's kind of different because I don't think you got that size to be a better tank.
Yeah, but he's just because like it's one of those things like as we go along through it, like even when you hear like his origin and stuff, like that's already weird and convoluted and messed up. Like that he just decided that he's gonna move to Japan to become an Aikido master but then only becomes like a good, I say good, an Aikido master because his wife's dad was kind of putting
to be
forward
fair,
nepotism in a way. Yeah.
to be fair, I know you say good in quotations, but we don't actually know.
No, we don't actually know
how good he is.
Or
Not in
worse.
a good, bad, or negative way.
Yeah.
Just saying that when he does his displays, his people, the people who practice it just fly around with after they're getting wrist locks and stuff, and it just doesn't make him
look good.
Because it's just like this is not legit enough. Like, okay, you go down, you go on a wrist lock, you go down, you sell that you got your arm broken, or whatever, right? Then at least you know that's what that move was used for. No, they just roll over, get back up, and then come at him again.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't make any sense. It's like a
mind. Yeah, even when you hit the ground as well, sell a little bit, get back up. You know.
Yeah, but how is one that's like
demonstration?
He's poor. Like it's two ways in my mind when I see it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like he's giving that person a minor inconvenience, like just knock them over. Oh, okay, let me try again. Or literally like this means nothing. They're just gonna roll on the floor. It doesn't look like it's hurtful or anything. Like I said, there's no
at least signify. You know, if you're like, signify that would have broken the wrist. Not that they have to. They have to pause the entire demonstration. Just to be like, like that. Point out that's what would have happened. That's what would
happen. Yeah. Or at least explain.
If they did roll with it, you know.
Yeah. It's just not whatever he's doing. Like, oh, this just seems like Power Rangers. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And I don't even know if say Power Rangers fighting looks more legit or not. And then
because like. It's that whole like we say movie stuff, and it's meant to be set in like a real world scenario. Yeah, so it's like meant to be 8 people come at him, and they all like in movies line up to get like pushed aside by him. It's like it doesn't...
Yeah. I tell you what, he's got his signature move of the kind of the leg sweep clothesline thing where I think they go to kick or go forward, and he pushes them from behind, and you just get in the clothesline, and they all just. You know, do the Rainmaker cell.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, okay. But here's the thing: I can believe he can do that because he's 6'5". He can close the distance quicker if you're coming at him.
Yeah.
Now, if we're saying he's practicing in Japan, with these locks, and Japanese guys are under average height, which gives him a huge reach advantage. Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Kind of buys that, but
if you do the front kicks to them, you'll send them back. Yeah. Okay. You know,
that's just unbelievable.
I don't. The awkward thing is, right? You choreograph a scene in fighting, and it's meant to look good, or you make your martial arts look good.
That's the whole point of it.
His looks like he touches people, and they just kind of go into the specific places he needs them to go to.
Yeah.
Like, the guy goes to punch him, he grabs his wrist, and the guy then flies himself, right? Irish whips himself across the bar, you know.
Okay. You know, it kind of reminds me of like, and this is such a random like reference. You know, the Marvel character is in Inhuman, Karnak. It's like he's like a weird version of that. Where it's like, okay, I'm gonna use your momentum. I know your weakness by just if I grab you this way, you're gonna be your body's gonna react in this way. So I do it, So like, wait, what?
No. You just reminded me. I don't know if you ever saw it, Steven Seagal Lawman, the actual TV series.
No, I didn't want to.
Okay. So first couple of episodes I saw, because our boy Tim loves Steven Seagal, so he's telling us to watch this stuff.
Which I think started as a joke, but now it's like a legit thing. But
So they have the thing where he's sitting in the police car with the other police people, and they're driving in the town or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And he then talking about, I have got a voiceover, and he's talking about how. Yes, using martial arts, you could tell how a guy's a threat or not. And then they do like Terminator Vision when they zoom into this guy, and they do the checkpoint hotspot thing, right? Because of the way the guy's walking, or if he's carrying a concealed weapon. It's like, okay,
sure, all
right.
So he's
all right, for the editing and the dramatics, all right, if you say so.
But it's just that sort of stuff. But it's like, dude, man, and like it would help. If this is sound really bad as well, if he was like a decent actor, but he's not. He
can act.
Can he?
That specific role, but then he only does that specific role.
But then
for every single one of his films.
Yeah, but then is it acting then? You know what I mean?
Well, no, as much as you might say The Rock always acts as The Rock. We've seen films that The Rock does act different. Yeah, and
but
even though I might say about Vin Diesel as well, there's films that he does act different.
Yeah,
right?
but
this guy is only Steven Seagal.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like all these characters, like you said, I make the jokes about The Rock plays the same in film. He doesn't. It's like a joke. It's like loose variations of the character, but it's obviously never the same character. But like Steven Seagal, it's literally, except for like Under Siege, what I can remember, where he's not.
No, Steven. Under Siege is the same as well.
No, I mean then like actually his background isn't he like some ex FBI agent or something that becomes a cook or something. Either way, you know what I mean? Like it's always something to him being in the law enforcement or something. Yeah.
Or the elite of the elite or whatever it is.
Yeah. Which you're like, okay, I guess.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah.
I mean, it's like, okay.
He got no vulnerabilities at all whatsoever.
No.
So it's just hard to
like him.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like the first couple of films, you're like, okay, that's his character. But then it becomes, it's like, okay, well, if I'm seeing the same thing all the time, why am I feeling any tension in any of these films?
Yeah.
Because I know that he's just gonna go in there and literally murder his way through everyone. Right? It's not even that when he's a cop and he's just murdering a whole bunch of villains on the way. Now, hold on a minute. You're a cop. No, bringing justice. Now, forget all the titles of his films are ultra edgy. You know?
Yeah. Like it's like a 13-year-old naming their first film. Yeah, it's that sort of. Yeah.
You got Above the Law, Out for a Kill, like Exit Wounds, Mercenary for Justice. Yeah. All his straight to DVD films, which
Yeah, classic cinema. Yeah.
I tell you, I mean, okay, so I have to say, even his first set of films aren't so bad for the era.
Right? Like
they give you a taster of what he does, and you kind of like,
or what could have been. But then
he just continues to do them. Does the exact same thing all the time, and the only variation is how bloody it gets.
Yeah. Or what part of the government did he work for? I mean, that's any variation as well. Was he CIA or FBI or like?
Yeah, and I don't think he ever captured the glory of his years, except for only 2 movies he died, right? That I know of anyways, yeah. So I have to say I've not watched all of Steven Seagal's movies. And I'll try not to as well.
Sounds bad, but I try not to.
But the one, his best film, Executive Decision, which he was in for 10 minutes. And then he got sucked out of an airlock. And he died.
Saving the president, wasn't it, or someone? Yeah, someone important.
Essentially. No, it wasn't. I think he was getting Kurt Russell in the.
Yes, that's it.
The airlock, and then, but I would say technology took the elements to take him out, right? Technology, the elements, space, the planes, mechanics, physics, they all conspired, right?
They all conspired.
Quadruple team the guy.
So we can get rid of Seagal.
And then he died in Machete, which is quite an entertaining film, actually. He's over the top, bloody, but Danny Trejo, and Danny Trejo's got his machete, Steven Seagal's got his katana, sword, or whatever it is, right? And instead of getting killed as he would be in a film like that, Steven Seagal decides to commit seppuku and kill himself. Because the only person that can beat Steven Seagal is Steven Seagal. Yes.
And you blatantly know that was him who had that written into the contract, right?
He said to Danny Trejo, even though it's your film, that don't work for me, brother.
Yeah, don't work for me, brother. You know, even though you at this point, people will find you more credible than me, like as real life. But I need to. My image
went to jail,
because my image from the 80s still upholds in the 2000s. Yeah, no one cares. You know what I mean? Like, that guy.
I will say in his straight to DVD era. I want to say it's more recent films because that's the guy went straight to DVD since the 2000s, so it's quite a lot, quite a distance.
20 years.
His stuntman seems to do more action work than he does in certain films. I was watching a fight scene and they had they had insert shots of Steven Seagal's face. Wearing the leather jacket, whatever. So they had continuity there, right? But anytime he's fighting a guy, they either show the legs, like a bit further down, so you got some other guy lying unconscious, so they do leg work. Or they do it just underneath the shoulders. Or then you get behind Steven Seagal's head, which wouldn't, not even head, right? and then they do the inserts as well. So it's just like, all right. So again, Taken style fight scenes, which this guy is not. If it's his movie, if he's doing the fight scenes, why am I not thinking his face?
Yeah. What? It
Because
doesn't.
not him. There was a bit of as well in the Belly of the Beast where he's fighting someone, and then all of a sudden, it's a bit of a long shot back where it's at an angle where Steven Seagal does a sweep and then a jumping high kick. I'm like, wait a second.
What?
Yeah, he does a Van Damme style jumping tornado kick. Yeah. No. Wait, you can't do that because the rest of the film somehow the guy's magnetically attracted to your fist.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you could do acrobatics. And then it goes back. When it comes back to Steven Seagal, he's still doing standing still fighting. Yeah.
But that's hilarious because I'm pretty sure I've never seen Steven Seagal come off his feet like after like 1995. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh no. Well, there was one. Okay. Have you seen Exit Wounds?
Yeah, I've seen Exit Wounds. Yeah.
Oh no, is that the one with Ja Rule?
No, that's what. Wait. No. Exit Wounds is DMX. Ja Rule.
Oh, then what's the one?
He did it from Ja. Oh, what was it? It's a stupid name, if I remember correctly. Well, I'm gonna Google it.
Okay. And Steven Seagal's got the do-rag in that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. When you find that, but let me talk about Exit Wounds. Wait, hold on. Is that Michael J. White in that one?
I don't think so.
Oh, then Michael J. White must be the one with Ja Rule, right?
Half Past.
Okay, maybe I'm mixing.
Half Past Dead.
Sorry.
The one with Ja Rule's Half Past Dead. Yeah. And it's like a Fast and Furious rip off the cover. Yeah.
Wait, is that the one with Michael J. White?
I can tell you in a second.
Yeah, because I don't want to. If it's the same movie, I'll say the same stuff. Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Let me find
well, I believe it's in Exit Wounds, yeah? Where someone's got a gun to Seagal's head, and he goes to shoot, and Seagal he tips over and does the what's it called kick from King of Fighters, the Kyo Katsugi kick.
Yeah,
he does that. So he kind of tilts onto his one palm, right, and kicks the guy across the head, and then he comes back. I was like, wait a minute, why it works? Okay, because look, back in your slimmer days, right, okay. Yeah, you can plausibly pull it off, yeah. But in your latter days, you can't. No.
And you are right, yeah. Michael J. White, he was in Exit Wounds. Yeah, he was in that.
Okay, so yeah, in Exit Wounds, they were playing cops.
Yeah.
Well, Seagal, like the corrupt cops, he's a good cop, and the rest of them are corrupt, right? Yeah. And they got this big butch guy, yeah, on roids or whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got a taser, right? And these other cops are tasering the guy. They go, yeah, the dude bro sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh yeah, it's initiation, or that the silly stuff they do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, so they're like, oh yeah, you're afraid to Seagal, you're afraid to go and get tasered and everything like that. And he goes, oh, put it on the highest setting, yeah.
Oh, okay. As you do.
Because he's Seagal, right? He takes it, drops out, go, give me another one, or whatever, right? He's just like.
I like your impression there. That's an impression of him.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, okay. So, I mean, I'm sure in real life, if you took a taser, you would not be saying that stuff.
No.
You'd be like, okay.
You're like, my pants are wet. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's, I guess electricity doesn't work against him because apparently.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's a rock Pokemon apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, not effective. This guy.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna say stuff that I've seen in the movie. Every so often. You can. There was the Glimmer Man with Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Yeah.
There was one bit where Keenan Ivory Wayans was the same. Steven Seagal's moved faster than Bruce Lee. Like, like that, right? But I don't know if he was exaggerating just for the jokes of the movie. But
I hope so.
There was a bit where they were getting surrounded by people in a car park or whatever it was, and Seagal was like, "Oh no, I told my master of fire, whatever it is, right?" Situation. And so Keenan Ivory Wayans getting beat up a little bit, and then they're gonna go to Seagal and go. Seagal's like, how about they're trying to get him to fight. They're putting out guns on him, and he's like, oh, see, my partner's a big country. I'm a little bit more rock and roll, right? And like, what does that mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he goes, all right, like he pulls out his card, like he's going to pay them off, except that he presses a button on the card. He's got like a razor knife at the top of it, and he just slices their necks. All right, okay, yeah, all right.
What?
How do you manage to get? How does guys with a gun manage to get that close to you that you could do that?
You could do that with a knife. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, but it's not that. It's not in just those films. It's like whenever someone has some sort of distance weapon, or whatever, they just somehow get closer to him.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna forget my natural instinct of having a gun that gives me the range, but I'm gonna go in to try and no.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's one of his.
Speaking of the Glimmer Man,
maybe that's his mutant powers though.
Yeah.
Like to make you think that he's like, hey, I want to be close to him because I don't know pheromones or whatever.
Well, physical attraction, not that romantic thing, but like you unconsciously, like Domino has that luck-based powers. Yeah. You unknowingly get closer to Steven Seagal via whatever mutation that.
Yeah, whatever his thing is. Yeah.
To close the distance. There's a bit in the Glimmer Man where he's finding the guy who he's Steven Seagal's the Glimmer Man.
Yeah, which I thought was
the
like
enemy, right?
The murderer on it, but yeah.
And the murderer punched him in the face. Steven's like, "Give me your best shot." The guy punched him in the face and goes, "No, your best shot." And the guy then punches the guy and he blocks it, and then he keeps them doing a couple of high kicks, which stays block. Boring. And then when he hits Seagal, Seagal says, "Is that your best, boy? Because if that's the best you've got, I'm just gonna have to kill you." And then he kicks him out of the window or something like that. Where he goes into, because it's in the church, right? The pikes and spires, or whatever.
Yeah.
They made a rubber. They flip flop as the guy's going through them, right?
Oh.
And then when he lands on the ground, apparently the spikes are in solid form again because he's impaled on them. It's like, all right. I mean,
okay.
Look, editing. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm sure there's a way to edit it with close-ups or whatever.
Yeah.
To cover it up. I know they have to do it for safety, but if it's only that bad, I know like sometimes in films and in wrestling they use rubber baseball bats or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Rubber 2x4. You just don't go into situations where it's exposed. So obviously.
And especially, I'm pretty sure that film probably had like a pretty decent budget, so it's not like you can.
Yeah.
No excuse for it. Like if I made a film, and it was like that, makes sense because I have no money. But you know, like there's a studio behind it, so. And I'm guessing.
Did you see the Steven Seagal versus Mike Tyson fight scene I sent you?
Oh, dude, I didn't bother. I saw. I was like, oh, I know it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be like Mike Tyson carrying it. And was I right?
That's the strange thing, isn't it? You would have thought, right? You would have thought the guy who does on-screen fighting be the guy carrying the load of the fight. No, Mike Tyson, seems to be the one because he had to fight other people as well.
See, that's just.
And then at the very end where he beats Steven Seagal, well, he doesn't, right? Because all of a sudden, so last thing you see is Seagal's face. He takes a punch, and then you know it's a stuntman swapped him because you never see his face again. It's like, tag out. Yep. You take the punches, you take the hit, you take the loss because I my face is not being on the floor.
It's just that sort of ego, man. It's just nuts.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, I kind of have to respect his ego because I'm pretty sure he had like some people get ego because they got yes men around behind him and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like he's a person who has yes men because I don't think he's probably that much of a likable person for people to be around. To give him that. That sounds really bad, but.
I think there's a difference between people that are like, all right, so if we put this guy in a movie, we can make a certain amount of money from and therefore to get him to come, we have to get him to agree to certain things.
Yeah.
Or we have to agree to certain things for him. You know? So you will have a certain amount of yes men. Yeah. Though I do also agree with what you're saying. But
I mean, like it's a weird thing. Like I can't see him with like an entourage of people or anything. Like he just seems that unlikable, like hence why he's
he doesn't come across the best in interviews. That's what I'm saying. And his voice is like he can change the tone of it if he like sometimes when he's bothered to speak up he speaks up and then other days he's just got low hush tones where they have to dub him over in the movie with someone else doing the voice for him.
And you're like
because you can't understand what he's saying or whatever.
It's just It's weird. What's the other like? Because have you seen people talk about when he was on Saturday Night Live and how it's like the worst episode ever?
Yeah.
It's just stuff like that. Like, bro, that's just.
Yeah. And he keeps on this way here, whether obviously not saying it's true or not true, just don't want to be like we keep on just
dogging
just,
him.
He cup checks the stuntman, so he tried to stand shoulder like straight on with them so he can kick them in the nuts. One of these guys knew about it, and so he just kept on shuffling, like turning to the side. While in conversation, just subtly turning to the side, and then Steven Seagal tried to line up with him all the time. The guy just subtly kept on turning. It's like, all right, what?
That's weird.
Just give up then. In that case, no. Are you really going to be that determined to get him? And because you're the lead, for example, right? That means you're doing something, and they can't get you back for it. You know that if you was doing it on an equal playing field, they'd get you right back, so you wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, and like you said, it's that weird like flex of power. You're like, why? Because in real life, like say in real life, that person probably kicked the crap out of you. Yeah, but because he's the lead and
speaking of that,
Hollywood.
Speaking of that, you hear about the judo Jean LaBelle stories.
Yeah.
So he choked out. Oh, okay. Jean LaBelle cannot tell the story because of he might get sued. Because Steven Seagal is not true, right?
Yeah.
However, Jean LaBelle's wife can tell the story. And so but Steven Seagal supposedly, I say, because these people are telling the story, he got choked out and he messed his pants.
Yeah.
But Steven Seagal denies it, of course, happening, and does not understand why judo Jean LaBelle would ever say such a thing. It's up to you who you believe.
I know who I believe. For what it's like. I know who I believe.
Yeah. Do you know that also? Him and Van Dam seem to have a feud for some reason.
Yeah, but it's all one-sided. Well, not one-sided. It's all started by him. If I remember from the stories I've heard, he's the one who started it. And Van Dam's like, I thought we were friends and that stuff. And then...
I think he was saying something about Van Dam's martial arts. I'm like, hold on, Van Dam's actually has a fighting record.
Yeah.
Whether you're going to say he did good or not, and he actually did good. But even if he didn't, like Shibata, right?
Yeah.
Shibata's got a fighting and Nakamura. It's like, whether they did have a good fighting record or not, they went out, they actually did it.
Yeah.
Okay, CM Punk, right?
I'm about to say him as well. Yeah, I'm about to say CM Punk. Yeah.
I mean, like, right?
Yeah.
CM Punk has certain skills, yeah? The average guy going to fight CM Punk will probably get beat up.
Yeah, the average guy, but other MMA trained people who've been doing it longer than him. I think that's different, because when you say the average guy, the average guy is the average guy criticizing CM Punk for doing it. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Hold on a minute, you know what I mean? And then I think that fired Van Dam up, and Van Dam's like, come then, let's go and actually fight.
Yeah. Was that someone's party or something, innit? And then Van Dam was like, go outside, we'll fight. And then apparently Steven Seagal just hid in the bathroom for like hours. And then Van Dam's got on a waiting list. And went.
I think Stallone told the story.
Yeah.
Right? But according to Seagal, no. Why do people say these things?
But
okay,
it's like, why would? It's not something that people. The things that people say about him, it's not like you go out your way to lie about something like that. Because at the end of the day, who's Steven Seagal? Like, why would you make up something about him if it doesn't? His logic for it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So sometimes Hulk Hogan says he was going to play bass for Metallica, and he missed a call for the George Foreman grill. It's like, okay. I don't know how much of this is in your kayfabe Hulk Hogan universe. You're saying it, right?
Yeah.
But in reality, it's different. Yeah. But the myth of Hulk Hogan likes it. The same with the legend of Seagal. It's like, if you're in your kayfabe universe,
then
you're not. You're in the real world.
Yeah.
There should be a separation.
There should be separation. And it's just sad that people get like that, to get to a point in their life where they have that. I mean, that's weird.
Yeah. I don't want to say delusions or whatever, right? But I think some of it's pride and ego and whatever, right? It's just like this guy can't be chatting rubbish about me, whatever. Then you just there's no shame in apologizing.
No, that's the thing, and there's no shame in it. Just
but to back out and hide, it's just like even if he said, Van Damme, I see you're challenging me to a fight. That's fine, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if you would accept the challenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't rate your skills, but as a man who would fight for his pride and integrity, I rate you. You're good, man.
Yeah.
And you don't have to fight, right?
No.
Even though people are gonna call you count for not fighting, we're just like, but you can fight and lose,
Yeah.
Or you can give up and settle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people probably respect you more for like losing rather than like ducking it and then saying it's all a lie.
Yeah.
Would just say, I just don't want to fight you. You know what I mean? Just say that, like, you know.
Yeah, even though you're calling the guy out on his fighting records, right? Yeah. And he did it on the Arsenio Hall show. Goes,
that's the thing about it.
He said Van Damme's got a dubious fighting record. I don't know if we want to say how many of the places he went to and actually fought. It's like, but dude, how many places have you legit actually fought? Like, you can't say one thing to back yourself and then that it doesn't apply to you.
Yeah, because you've heard about that. Oh, there's like a story where he said he won some. He got invited to a kumite or something like that, innit? And then people were like, no, that never happened. Why are you saying these things? I was there. He wasn't at this kumite you speak of.
Yeah. I think he learned from Frank Dukes.
Yeah. Another guy.
the kumites that I don't see. Frank Dukes, right, talking stuff. I don't know if kumites actually are a thing or not, or if he ever made them up, because the way that he says he fights to the death, right? But so you're gonna tell me you murdered all these people in all those tournament rounds?
Yeah, and you've admitted that you've murdered people. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense.
And no one's like, my missing child, who my daughter, son, husband, whatever, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's why do people laugh at these sort of things? It doesn't.
Yeah. And then, do you get killed if you talk about kumite? Then why are you talking about it?
Exactly.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that specific bit at the end, but it's just like, all right. So you're telling me you won death fight tournaments several times because you're still alive? You're not dead.
Yeah. Or if you went to one and you found out that that death happens through these, why would you do more afterwards? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense unless it's like Mortal Kombat version, like you're fighting to save Earthrealm, whatever. Then I can understand. You know what I mean? I can understand that logic, but just I just want to enter death matches and see what happens. What?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hilarious. Okay. So, how many have you seen? A lot of Seagal films.
Yeah, but it was kind of blend into one. I just remember those.
That's what I was going to say. So I was going to say, which films do you like? But then it's like they all kind of do the same thing. So, but do you like any? I know, of course, we're going to say they all do the same thing as well. But I do have to say his earlier films have more appeal than his later films. And it's his 4 initial films, and then Executive Decision, not really his film.
Yeah, not really.
And Machete.
Yeah. Because I like Under Siege 1 and 2. I like that.
Yeah.
What? There's the one where he's fighting the Jamaican mafia, the Yardies.
Okay. So that one, right? I think Mark for Death, right?
That's it,
one. Because that's where he. That's where he's fighting the two voodoo. Okay, the one guy, right, who can appear in 2 places at once, right? Turns out he's two twins, which is fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But the guy goes, "Welcome to Island."
Yeah, that's my favorite part. That's why I know that film so much. I remember in school, Tim used to say it a lot, and then me, Mayor, and all that started saying it as well until we saw the film. And to this day, every now and then, I'll just say it, and a lot of people get the reference. Like, "Welcome to an island," and like, wait, what?
Yeah, and
bet you don't know.
What's he? So he slices off the one twin's head, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the guy appears later on again.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, maybe it is voodoo magic. No.
It's just twins.
Because Seagal makes sure to cut this guy, and then instead of just shanking him as you would a normal person, he just goes for the over top crotch kill. He has to slice him through the nuts and everything. Like that. So like, hold on a minute, Jason Voorhees could do this stuff.
Yes, you shouldn't be doing this.
No. It's
Yeah.
like, really? That's kind of, yeah.
And I swear it's the same film where he kills someone and kicks them down an elevator shaft, and then an explosion happens.
Oh,
It's the
yeah.
same film, right?
Was
Yeah.
that the first 20 kills? I can't remember.
I can't remember. I was like, this seems a bit too much. Like, a bit over the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And in Under Siege, where he's okay, so you know what? I do enjoy Under Siege as well, right?
Yeah.
That's because you got that lunatic Gary Busey in there.
Yeah.
And you got Tommy Lee Jones kind of just being a ham as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The Irish accent, isn't it? Yeah.
Whatever he was doing,
Yeah,
Tommy Lee Jones, he
it's
just like,
terrible.
just my movie. I'm just
I'm just here for the paycheck. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he has a knife fight with Seagal where they're both using ice pick grip,
Yeah.
and then they're just kind of walking towards each other, just like swishing the swords. And I'm like, hold on a minute,
That's not how it works.
that makes yeah, that's not how you. I mean, they called it like when I'm watching these fight scene breakdowns on YouTube stuff. They were calling that section when you're in that middle, the
Yeah.
blender, because that's where where you can get cut up to pieces. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
and Steven Seagal comes in there
Yeah.
and he stabs Tommy Lee Jones, like he slashes his wrist, which is okay, fine, right?
Yeah.
But then he does a little stab in his chest. I'm like, hold on a minute, you're going right into him where you both can get cut to pieces, yeah?
Yeah.
And then he just kind of stabbed the guy's like the knife just touches the points into the guy's chest. It's like, shouldn't you have shanked him, or it shouldn't have gone in, or like why is it just a touch? It's not as if you hit the leather jacket or anything that you could say, oh, it was armored or whatever. No. I'm like, okay. Yeah. And then somehow he disarms Tommy Lee Jones' knife by biting it. Puts his fingers in Tommy Lee Jones's eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then smashes Tommy Lee Jones into the console to get him electrocuted. Wait, no, he shanks him in the top of the head and then does that. Yeah? It's like, wow. That's kind of.
Yeah.
Is it necessary?
No.
Is it necessary? But
that's the thing. Like a lot of his films, like you said, like something like the murders he does is like over the top. You're like, but this isn't like.
And you say murders as well, but he's meant to be the good guy.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not even like self-defense kills or anything. It's legit like murders. Like, oh.
Yeah, it's like the Punisher does less horrible kills than this.
Yeah,
sometimes.
And he has reasons.
Sometimes.
You know what I mean? Like he has a reason to kill people. You don't, because apparently you was part of the law or whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Where's his morals? Like I don't get. Like his moral compass is weird. It doesn't make any sense.
No, I'll just say you either with him or against him, and if you're against him, that's it, black and white. You either you know you're gonna be murdered.
Yeah, there's no like shade of grey or something. Yeah. It's like you all need to die. Well, okay, you could have just.
Yep. No, you're giving up. No. You
murder.
No giving up, mate. Yeah.
Like he's one of those people. Like, say there was like a fight of like 18 people around him, and he knocked down all of them. Like they're knocked out. He seemed like the person literally would take a gun and shoot them all in the head. Like, haha.
Yeah. Like so you're talking about the one of the parts of Call of Duty, which I haven't played, by the way.
Yeah.
I heard about it.
Yeah.
Where you're in the airport.
Yeah. And if there's anyone's like, was it No Russian? The mission's called, I
just heard about it, but basically, you got to pretend to be one of the terrorists. So you got to start shooting people. One of the guys that I was talking to, he was telling me about it, but what he did was there were people down, right?
Yeah.
So he just finished them off.
Yeah, that's Steven Seagal. Yeah.
It's like, if you're in pain, right? Let me just, even though I'm the one that put you in pain, let me just make sure, you don't. Let me make sure them hospital bills don't kill you.
Yeah,
by killing you.
You only grazed my arm, but no, I got to make sure you're not in pain. But it's a graze, I can survive. No, bang in the head.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like, even though I'll say this question to near the end. It's a quite thought-provoking question.
Okay.
Leave it to them.
All right.
So
yeah. Go on.
So should we talk about his music career?
well, I've only heard one song, and that's "Girl." No, I've heard "Girl It's Alright," which ain't that bad actually.
Ain't that bad.
You can say he's indulgent upon his some of the lyrics, not the greatest anything like that.
No.
But if you listen to it as a piece of 100% pure cheese, you're like, yeah, all right,
Yeah,
memeable probably.
Yeah.
You know, the music video where apparently Seagal can, he's got yellow fever is what they say. All his life as well in real life. Have you seen Seagal's daughter?
No.
Well, he said she's like several decades old. I say that. I mean, like, I think she's about 30 something. But I think he had a daughter before he started his movie career, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But yes, never mentions her. Apparently, I don't know.
He's got 7 kids. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because his first wife. Yeah, that's the one he moved to Japan.
Wasn't Kelly LeBrock, by the way? It's not the lady from Weird Science.
No, it's another Kelly LeBrock. Women in Red.
No, sorry, Kelly. Sorry, the lady from Weird Science is what I mean. It was not Kelly Brook. Some people get it mixed up.
Oh yeah, because they're both from England. But yeah, how did he? Yeah, Steven Seagal, man. I don't know what to say about him.
He must have some certain level. Okay, you say that he might not be likable, but he might have some levels of charisma.
Yeah.
That we don't know of.
Yeah, he must do. Like, he must have like some awesome like bravado.
That Batman called charisma.
Yeah, and then people realize that, oh no, he's a douche.
Well, he's a dude or he's a douche. Which way? I can see that. Unfortunately, I can say that I could see that his head starts swelling as he does more films.
Yeah.
Right? Because all of a sudden he just seems to hire people in some of his films that have been in other films, and the hero has taken a while to beat up, and then Seagal just comes in there and murders this person. It's like, but that guy was hired in that film for whatever reason to do whatever. Like Gary Daniels was fighting Jackie Chan in City Hunter, right?
Yeah.
And then in Submerged, Steven Seagal's film, he's pathetic. He's a jabroni. He's like, okay, but Seagal, that doesn't make you. Look, you hired this guy got hired to do the job, and he did the job.
Yeah.
He can't exactly argue.
No.
If they wanted to make him look good, they make him look good. If you want to make him look bad, you make him look bad. It's the Shawn Michaels thing where Bret Hart wrestle Hakushi. Yeah, have a good match. Shawn Michaels coming there. Yeah. I'm gonna make this guy into a proper jobber. So Bret Hart struggled to fight him, and therefore I look better than Bret Hart. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Like, why? I can't have bad. Like, why?
I will say this. Okay. I will say this, right? Even though our bro Tim said that, yeah?
Yeah.
If Seagal was in The Godfather, as The Godfather, right? Don Corleone.
Okay.
You know what? There's certain roles for him that I could expect the aura to present itself, and you'd be like, okay, fine. Right, if he sat in the chair with the cat, right?
Yeah.
And he's whispering that voice that he does, that low sort of threatening whisper, whatever. And I'm like, okay. Now, to be fair, I have not seen The Godfather.
Not even.
I've only seen clips.
I've seen bits and pieces. Yeah, it's too long for me.
Yeah, but it seems like this is the role that could work with him in it. I'm not saying, by the way, that he's better than Marlon Brando or anything like that. I'm just saying that sort of thing that he can do without too much of a stretch.
Yes. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, if he should have kind of went for different roles. Like, I used that, like as you explained then, I could see him like, even though he's acting the potential's nowhere near this, but like, like a Bond villain. You know what I mean? Like you said that, like you kind of see him as that. But he just has he actually been a bad guy in any of the films that he's been in? Except for Machete.
Yeah. That depends, by the way. That depends on how you define a bad guy and a good guy. Because in some of these movies where he plays a cop or whatever he is, he's worse than the guy doing the more villain stuff. So,
which doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't.
There was one movie, I've only seen clips of it, where, your desk chair.
Yeah.
So he's fighting the guy, and he's in his army fatigues or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
I think it was by a computer, and he got attacked. And then he decided, instead of standing up to fight the guy, Seagal's fighting, rolling the chair around on his feet, like sitting down, fighting the guy. The guy has to come towards him because apparently that's how it is, right? Yeah. And Seagal's gonna use his feet to shuffle forward with the rolling chair towards the guy. Oh, okay, hold on a second.
That doesn't seem intimidating whatsoever. You know what I mean? That seems the opposite. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could just literally pull out a gun and shoot you. Why don't I just do this? I mean, like,
no, yeah. But then again, I mean, like, as much as we might say that, right? In all martial arts films, they try to get rid of guns for the fight scenes.
Yeah, for the fight scenes. Yeah, because
but sometimes they'll just find the most legitimate means to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas Seagal's films, nah.
Doesn't seem,
you know, for some reason they acquire the inability to pull the trigger when they're fighting Seagal.
Yeah, it just seems sloppy, isn't it? If I'm honest.
I will say as well, sometimes now we've seen fight scenes from The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. And sometimes Batman pulls off some of these Aikido looking techniques.
Yeah.
That Steven Seagal does.
Yeah.
Because But you know, in some of these in the Dark Knight, there's the stuntman who fell down twice, like in two different fight scenes, the roof fight scene and the bridge fight scene or whatever.
Yeah.
And that one stunt guy seemed to he got knocked by another guy apparently, and he just flopped to the floor, and then he did it twice. Like, all right, you know.
Sure.
I think obviously one guy's meant to knock into the other guy, yeah.
Yeah.
But getting shoulder barge from one of your cohorts is not going to knock you out.
No.
Yeah, but you know, if Batman can do it, Seagal can do it. Apparently.
Well,
by the way, I will say joint manipulation and that sort of thing in fights. Yes, I would not in the kayfabe world. Like, I would not want to fight Zack Sabre Jr. because that would be horrible. You know, he you know, not only would he manipulate everything, but just snap it all to pieces. Yeah. You'd be lying there in just like, you know, a broken mess.
Yeah,
you know.
Like, oh, this hurts. Why am I doing this?
So. It can look good. It's just that Seagal doesn't, like Tony Jaa was fighting a whole bunch of people in is it The Protector?
Yeah.
Tom Yum-goon?
Yeah.
The elephants?
Yeah.
And he was snapping people's arms and giving them ankle locks and stuff like. He broke a guy's leg with an ankle lock, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I think he knee barred the guy, and then he rolled up and gave that guy the half crab. So the guy's leg was broken in 3 places, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, you know.
Yeah. But that looks legit though. Steven because he makes it look legit. Yeah, like Steven Seagal just makes everything look half-hearted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a fight scene in one of the I think it's in the same film, Tom Yum-goon, where it's actually I want to say it's very pro wrestling, but he had a guy in the Scorpion Death Drop position, right? The Dragon Sleeper, and he got the guy's arm and he snapped it, but how they filmed it was quite ingenious because they just had that guy hold his arm straight.
Yeah.
And then as Tony Jaa hooked it, the guy bent his arm like normal, the normal bending position.
Yeah.
But he turned his wrist as though he was still facing the straight the angle that he would have been.
Yeah.
Right? And so then Tony Jaa tweaked it.
Yeah.
And the guy just bent his arm normally, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But they put the snapping mode. They put the snapping sound effect and the way the guy sold his arm. It's like, oh, you know, this wasn't done special effects, just done practically, but like masked by fight scene flourishing.
Yeah. As you do. Yeah.
Okay, you give Seagal a compliment. You try to give him something, right? Cause
I'm about to say I need to give compliment. I respect that he has somehow managed to stay relevant for the last 40 years.
Well, I would argue.
Yeah, that it is, but you know,
yeah,
most of it is a joke. But I give him that. I would have respected him more if he knew he just went with the gag. If you know what I mean? Yeah. Some people are doing that. If he kind of just went with it, I'm like, oh, you know what? you're not that bad. But
See, I'll agree with you that he's managed to still make a career making films for this long.
For this long, yeah.
Somehow managed to, yeah. But that makes it sound like his backhand. It's like, no, he's got to.
But
look, if his movie can make money, then that's good. That's good enough, you know.
Yeah.
That's something, you know. That's just strange. I don't know who's. Look, I'm not knocking him, but like, who's funding him? Who's watching them? But whatever, right?
But like,
I would like to make the money he's making from the movies he's making, but you know.
But it shows that like he's still got. There's still people out there who enjoy what he does. So yeah, good on him for having an audience still, to be fair. You know?
Yeah, but here's the issue. So when you're watching some of these movies, and you'd think, by the way, you'd put enough effort into these films if you're the star to make people come back. Except I think some people watch these films to see for the joke of it. Because it's not him, it's the stuntman, and how much of it is just like a bit ludicrous because you're not capable of doing that stuff. So all of a sudden, like, when is it you, when is it not you? Spot the wig, spot the body shape. How, you know?
Yeah.
And I know that sounds like I'm slapping him while he's down, but it's just like I've seen from the stuff I've seen. It's just like, okay, how much of it, you know? I mean, you don't need to pump out. Fair enough if he's pumping out 6 movies in one year, right? You don't need to do that much. But if they're paying you, you'll take it, and then you'll be like, well, you know, I've done my time, a certain amount of days that I need to do. I'm going to move on to another project, yeah? You get someone else to fill it in. All right. Okay. Yeah. That's a bit awkward. And to be fair, direct-to-DVD films and whatnot, they really do have a short, tight schedule. But Scott Adkins managed to do films like these, and to be fair, they're varying quality as well.
Yeah.
He always does his part, you know? He always tries to make it look good.
That's the thing, though. Like, I think Steven Seagal just doesn't care anymore. Like, obviously, he cares about money, like, but you know what I mean? It's just weird, isn't it? Like, I don't know. It's just like, if you could tell that he's enjoying still doing it, then it's a different story. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But it just seems like he's like, all right, I'm gonna use Nicolas Cage for example.
Yes, my boy.
Like, he's been in lots of, like, say, crappy films, whatever. Like, personally, I wouldn't say the film's good, but you know, they're not getting the biggest reaction. But like, you can still tell that he enjoys making movies and stuff, and like acting.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, okay, maybe some of the films he's doing because he owes money to people, whatever. You know what I mean? But he still enjoys it. Steven Seagal just seems like, I'm doing you the favor here, but it's not.
Yes.
Who are you doing this favor for? You know what I mean? Like, it's that weird, like, oh, I don't know. I just don't get it.
Yeah. But no, okay. So you kind of right. So you gave him a compliment, but kind of did. Give him a full-on compliment. There's no backhand, no passive aggressiveness, just 100%, like pure respect. And I know you might have to be careful with your wording and what you're gonna say, but try to just make it like this is a good thing that you're gonna say.
I like that he's had 7 kids. And his daughter
with various different wives.
With very different wives.
Look. I will look. Let's flip it into the positive there, right?
Yeah.
He women find him attractive, you know.
Yeah.
And he's managed to spread his genetics.
Around the world.
With different women, and they were like, okay. They clearly accepted his charms. Yeah. You know.
And like, his kids actually gone on to do like good things. Like his first daughter, I forgot her name, but yeah, she's in a lot of like stuff I haven't seen, but I kind of know, even though a lot of them are like Japanese and stuff like that. So it's like, good on her. Yeah. She's quite a accomplished lady, and that's really, I can say like about him.
Oh wow! Okay. All right. Okay.
I wish he did more. I don't know for people. I don't know.
I have to say, what is kind of funny is that she hasn't she took her mother's surname.
Yeah,
I don't know if. Yeah.
if they're estranged or anything, because she's
It
got a
could be,
brother,
it could be.
and he took the father's surname, and
Or then.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's a weird, because I was looking at names of all of his kids, and it's
Yeah.
only her, the only one who hasn't got his name. All the others are. Oh, and he's got one of his other daughters got Le Brock, but yeah, all of them besides two of them don't have his name, which is weird. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay.
There must be
Okay.
something there, right? There must be more into it. But...
Oh, look. Okay. I'm not gonna call him a deadbeat dad like Rey Mysterio, yeah, because we have no evidence. Okay.
Yeah.
It just could be at that period of time where he went to do his films and he was away for an extended period, so the mother was looking after her. Well, I'm just speculating here, right? Or maybe he just was, a really horrible dad.
But I remember I was watching the video on Steven Seagal on YouTube, and I was talking about how I think the marriage with his first wife didn't end very well, because I think when he came, so he left her in Japan with the kids, and he came to America, and then apparently he cheated on her while he was he broke up, and then that's why the first wife badmouths him a lot.
Okay.
So, yeah,
only in Japan though. Only in Japan.
Only Japan. So yeah, that kind of makes sense in a way. But again, I don't know. I'm not.
Okay. All right. So you're saying that good on him for having several different kids with several different
women. Yeah.
And he married 4 of them.
Yeah. So that's good.
Though I don't know how many different. Did he have any kids outside of marriage? Maybe they were all on.
I think they're all within marriages.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Is that the best thing? That's the best compliment you could give him. Great stuff.
That he actually no, he's a compliment. It's again, it's kind of like a backhanded one as well. I respect him for believing his own lies when it comes to his heritage.
Okay.
Changes all the time. And you got to admire someone who's that convinced to stick to a bit they've made, and they're willing to lie many times over it. So yeah, I respect him for that, I guess. I don't know how much of that is a compliment, but hey, look, man, if it works for Hogan, it works for Steven Seagal. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Weird guy.
Yeah. I would like to say that he also opened a dojo in Japan. You want to say how much nepotism is involved there, but we don't know his fighting capabilities at that point, right?
Yeah.
So the first white guy to open a dojo in Japan with Aikido. Okay, there's got to be something there, right?
But there's like a weird thing about that as well. But
go on.
Because apparently
you break it to me. Good.
Okay, with that as well, the only reason I got opened because his father-in-law signed some stuff, and technically it's his, but then he put it in Steven Seagal's name because Steven Seagal was like, "Yeah, this will help us get more money." Because the gimmick, the gimmick, white dude in Japan teaching.
Okay, all right.
But hey, who knows?
All right. Well, let's see. Okay, this is what I heard. This is what I read somewhere, right?
Yeah.
The only reason so not to cuss his movie career, but apparently, one of these other producers was saying to another producer, "I can make any guy a star, all right? Any one of these, give me a martial arts guy, I can make him a star." And his career started from that, right?
Yeah.
But then he continued his career, and 40 plus years later, from a bet, by the way, he's still going on. You've seen Trading Places, right?
Yeah.
The Eddie Murphy film.
Yeah.
When he made that $1 bet, yeah?
Yeah.
So, and then it backfired, sort of, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so Steven Seagal's career was literally made from a bet, and bam, the man's still off to the races.
Still going. Yeah, so okay, I respect him for that. I respect that.
Yeah. He must have had some sort of drive and
I want to say charisma, but
what's it called when you audience
audience retention.
Yeah. I mean, it must have been something because
he's still going.
Like some people go to have a Korean movies and they just disappear.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying when they do TV or whatever. I'm just saying literally, you never hear from them again. So
yeah, I guess
this guy, he's still going on, still going strong.
Well, strong depends what you call it strong, but
I mean, like I would say Dolph Lundgren and Van Damme's DVD careers are above this guy's.
Right
now, and they're from the same era.
But like, again, they seem like more likable people.
You know what I mean? Even Wesley Snipes, who has the occasional movie that still comes out in cinema.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm saying, like, I feel like Van Damme, Longram, and like Wesley Snipes, they adapted and evolved. You know what I mean? They weren't afraid to take different roles or be like the butt of the joke and stuff like that. Seagal, no,
and get beat up and take hits. Yeah.
Seagal, no.
I will say personally, Scott Adkins has a better career than Seagal.
Yeah, he does.
His peaks, solo leading movies. Seagal's peaks are probably better than Scott Adkins's, right?
Yeah.
But Scott Adkins has a more consistent 3 out of 5 star movie career.
Yeah. But also, like, people like Scott Adkins. I mean, he's got.
He comes across as very nice guy.
Yeah.
I would have liked to, because when they were doing Street Fighter Assassin's Fist and they were going to try and do the Warrior series, they said we're going to get Scott Adkins to be Guile. And that would have been that would have been something. But unfortunately, that didn't happen.
It just doesn't. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure that's probably one of the reasons why he wasn't in any of the Expendable films, because he's like, then I've got to come and save the day. Like, but what?
Yeah. Or I can never lose. I can never lose.
I'm like, oh, okay. No, doesn't work that way.
I mean, he was the only action star of that era that hasn't been in the Expendable film.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's
and they were getting everyone. At that
exactly.
Point.
Sylvester.
Though, would you say? Have you seen any Don the Dragon Wilson films or Billy Blanks films or any of those?
No, are they terrible?
Well, I will say I don't think they had films that ever came out in cinema.
No, but even them, I'd rather see one of their films than a Steven Seagal film, if I'm honest. And that sounds really bad, but
well, there's plenty of 80s action stars who actually like Don the Dragon Wilson has many world titles in many different weight classes. Yeah. Well, you can say his acting is good or not, right?
Yeah, definitely.
The guy can do the fights. Yeah, the guy can fight. He can do the fights. I'm not sure 100% about Billy Blanks, but I know he's got some sort of. You remember that Power Rangers? What's it called? Repowered or whatever it was. The
dark
film.
Yeah.
That the Black Ranger was based on Billy Blanks.
Yeah. I remember that. Oh.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Who else was thingy jig star in the 80s? I can't remember some of them, but they got a lot of legit fighters. And what are you gonna say? Their movie star, their fighting interview charisma translates to movies or not? I mean,
Yeah.
Like Michael Bisping.
Yeah.
In Triple X.
Yeah.
I mean. Yeah, he can be Michael Bisping. I don't think he can act really as much as anything else. Conor McGregor, right? There's levels of Conor McGregor, and they're the same levels as there's levels of Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Because full-on Conor McGregor, where he snorted something, right, before an interview that is live, yeah?
Yeah.
And he's looking around like, all like, what's going on? He's off his head, clearly. You know what? More recent Conor McGregor stuff is just like he's on something. He's 100% like, what is he on? How much was he doing that day? Because he's just like, whoa,
See, like, in my opinion as well, I think Conor McGregor might go down the route of Steven Seagal, if I'm honest.
Oh, have you seen Roadhouse, the new Roadhouse?
No.
I see the new that came out earlier this year.
Yeah. Because I feel like
that guy's nuts.
He's
in that film, he just plays himself but he's
Yeah.
like new levels of Conor McGregor. Wow.
Because he's one of the people I feel like bought into their own hype, and now it's too late. He can't go back to being a normal person. Yeah, that's how I feel.
He's jacked up as well. He's looking real jacked, baby.
Yeah. Just to lose again. Yeah.
No, as in the film Roadhouse.
Yeah, I know.
Massive.
So he.
Wait, which brings me back to Steven Seagal, right? Yeah. Other than this first couple of films, right? It seems like his size is his natural size. Yeah. I don't know if he works out or not or whatever, but somebody like Van Damme, Seagal, Stallone, they keep in shape. They've got a certain amount of muscle, right?
Yeah.
And even if you're going to say the smaller guys like Jackie Chan and Don the Dragon Wilson or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Donnie Yen.
Yeah.
That you could, but Seagal, he has a super tough screen persona, but his body does not reflect what he's trying to tell me.
Yeah.
Like even if we argue, okay, Vin Diesel sometimes he lets himself go, but by the time he does the movie,
he's back in shape. Yeah.
And if you want to argue, by the way, if he's wearing a man girdle or whatever he is, sometimes they got the thing where he's wearing the white t-shirt, and underneath the white t-shirt is the thing to keep his body in shape or whatever. Yeah. Okay, fine. But Seagal does not do any of that.
So I'm saying, at least, like, if that's the case, at least he's making the effort to sort of, look that way. But Seagal is like, he hasn't.
I want to dye my beard jet black, and my hair jet black. And it's like, but no hair is naturally that black.
No, yeah. And whoever told you that's good, they're lying to you, man. You know what I mean? It's that sort of stuff about him, man. It's just sort it out. He's.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel. Look, man. I feel like if he does if he has bit parts in films, right?
Yeah.
Where he's playing the corrupt businessman or something like that. He doesn't need to do action in, right?
No.
He'd probably have a better career, even if it's direct. Like Eric Roberts plays all sorts of roles.
Yeah, exactly.
Somehow he managed, like. I don't think Eric Roberts is the greatest actor in the world, but he seems the world's most flexible actor because he does just
everything.
I'm the scumbag bad guy, or I'm the bad corrupt boyfriend, or whatever, right? I'm being a Dark Knight. I'm going to be in Expendables. I'm going to be in the Doctor Who movie from 1996. Yeah.
Zane, that's the kind of career that Seagal should have tried waiting for, but no, he's just.
Yeah. I mean, like, as much as I want to say he's known for his action movies, just like why can't you just be. Why you can't just take the small role here and there? Like Stallone used to done some bit parts, right? Where he actually did dramatic acting as well.
Yeah.
And he didn't mind doing those.
No.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But... No. Seagal.
Yeah. He Okay. Your favorite Seagal movie? And Executive Decision does not count because he's not the star on that.
It's either Marked for Death or Under Siege 1+2. Good, both the same film.
1+2?
Yeah, 1 and 2. I'd just say I'll just lump them as 1 because there's not much difference between the two of them.
Well, one's Die Hard on a ship and the other's Die Hard on a train.
Yeah, exactly. So there's not much difference. It's technically the same film,
I will say. I think Under Siege 1 is better than number 2.
Yeah.
Not because the lady jumps out of the birthday cake. Yeah. that didn't even need to be in the film, by the way. Right. I think Gary Busey just adds. Look, there's humor in the first one that is missing from the second one.
Yeah.
The second one's more just straightforward Seagal stuff with people acting on his level of intensity.
Yeah.
But that just kind of makes the film a bit dull. Not because they're silent and they're more of a threat. It's just like, but the characters all kind of samey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think his earlier films are hilarious for the amount of violence that really like.
Yeah. The amount of violence that's in it, even though there doesn't need to be that amount of violence, especially trying to be like down to earth films, which takes it away.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? I'm trying to think. Yeah, probably. Yeah, those two. Yeah, but again, I don't actually really remember much of them. But hey, Like, you seen one Steven Seagal film? You've seen them all. Wait, didn't he do a film with Brandon Lee in it? And we watched it, didn't we?
Brandon Lee as Steven Seagal.
Yeah. On my thing.
No, you're thinking of Dolph Lundgren.
That's why I actually liked it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Why
Yeah.
Seagal? Why did I think that?
So if it was the Steven Seagal movie, I could. Okay, so Brandon Lee says that line to Dolph Lundgren about having the biggest dick on a white man you ever saw, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know who came up with that, but I know that if Seagal was in this movie, he would have made the guy proper say it to him.
Yeah.
With that deep level of respect.
Yeah, and not even for a joke. It was like, yeah, it's you like a real thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Say it for real. Say it for real.
We're like, no, that's weird.
Like, you mean it. I'm like, oh, you know what I mean?
And then I say, I'll take all that in birthdays. Yeah. That line to me doesn't make any sense.
Oh, there was another line. He was talking about the two guys that do twins. So I think one thought he was invincible, the other thought he could fly. They were both wrong. I'm like, okay, you know, I mean, I don't know how much of these lines that you're saying that when you say it, you mean it, but because you're saying it so seriously, it goes around to being kind of funny because it's pompous. Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. That's still out of birthday. Sorry. Yeah, it's so stupid.
I'll take you to the bank, Senator. To the blood bank.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Okay.
Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen? There was this Steven Seagal small animated skits.
No.
Oh yeah, I can't remember them all. But I know just that it gets so silly because he starts punching people and he punches right through a guy because Steven Seagal apparently, right?
You can.
He's just murdering people left and right and stuff, like blood flying everywhere and everything like that. And then I think he goes home afterwards while this guy's still on his arm, this guy's torso. And he goes to sleep, wakes up, goes to the loo, takes a pee, and then looks at his arm and goes, oh, this guy's there. All right. And then he just goes back to sleep. All right.
He's such... Oh.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to ask the question I was going to ask you before now.
Yeah, go on.
So, do you think that it's strange that he has, like, you know, lots of people from that time of era and stuff like that, have had like a career renaissance, i.e., like Dolph Lundgren because he's in like the Aquaman films,
Jean
Claude Van Dam earlier on that stuff, you think it's weird that Steven Seagal hasn't had one? And like,
I don't think it's weird because he seems to be a guy who's tough to work with, and his screen. What was the movie? I think I was listening to audio commentary of Blade 2. Yeah. And David Goyer was saying about how good Wesley Snipes is at that point, by the way, because they haven't filmed Blade 3.
Yeah.
He was saying about how for Wesley Snipes is cool because he allows Blade to get hurt.
Yeah.
Whereas when David Goyer was writing a film with Steven Seagal, Steven Seagal basically said to David Goyer, my character doesn't get hurt. Is that how you meant to put any stakes in the film? How you meant to relate to this character?
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to be doing? I can't just... He goes in there, he beats up people.
And that's it.
Yeah. There's no stop gap. You know, nothing.
Yeah.
There's no pitfalls. There's nothing. He's what can I do? You know? But obviously you had to write what you had to write.
But like...
And David Goyer, by the way, even though I will say, as much as sometimes the screenplay from the beginning of the movie that you're making is completely different to the film at the end.
Yeah.
He's had some really good films. He's also had some really dodgy films, right?
Yeah.
How much of those are straight because he wrote it? How much of it is because people, producers or people sticking their oar in? But he's got some notoriety, so
It's just weird.
When he speaks, I say when he speaks, we listen, but
it
is a bit like when Vince Russo speaks.
You got to take
and he says stuff, by the way.
Yeah,
he says stuff, bro. And you're like, all right, but then how come you're talking about criticizing something specifically? What you would do differently, about storytelling and whatnot, which is fine. But when you are the one telling the story in WCW, TNA, or whatever, without a thought, how come you don't even follow your own
critiques?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care if it's some Japanese or Mexican guy, bro. American crowd don't, aren't attached to that. All right, okay. I mean, you had Okada, right, in TNA.
Yeah.
You did what you did, and then somehow Japan made him a star.
Yeah.
Actually, somehow, but they did make him a star. That even crossed over to America.
Yeah.
So your
So
logic
doesn't make sense.
You know.
Yeah. Your logic doesn't make sense. Yeah. You know what I mean, bro? But
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Maybe
But then again, sometimes the way it is dated mindsets from a particular time period
yeah.
that haven't moved on
Yeah.
from that point. Seagal is still probably in his mindset of the late 80s, where it's like the invincible action hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that since Die Hard, I think the vulnerable action hero
Is more
also a staple in action films.
Yeah. Because like, it makes you wonder, like, what kind of films does he enjoy then? And for like, obviously, most people like a film where you that like at least you think, or at least in the first films anyway, like the lead is in some sort of peril. You know what I mean? Rather than like, I don't. It doesn't. Does he think like the films he enjoys? Like, everyone's. I like when the main character is like super macho and nothing's gonna bring him down. He's just getting from A to B. You know what I mean? That's like
Yeah. Even the Punisher in some like not the Dolph Lundgren film. Well, he has some setbacks in the Dolph Lundgren film, but in general, the Punisher actually go from A to B, right?
Yeah.
Like killing people along the way, right?
Yeah.
But in the series and stuff, they do try to add some stuff to him, like a little bit of background, or intentional, or some things that are like, if it's not him that's in trouble, it might be his cohorts or whatever.
Yeah. There's some stakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But him just seems
so
like...
even they know how to write a guy who does from that to that properly. But Seagal, I think it's tricky because if the guy who's the number one on the call sheet basically says, "Nah, we're not doing that. Come up with something else." What do you do?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Pay less, I guess.
But then, like some people, I mean, like Bruce Willis has done that before. I think I'm sure if you've had the
Cop-Out
background in Die Hard 4. Sorry.
Oh, Die Hard 4. I didn't even know about. I knew about that film Cop-Out where he was a bit hard to work with in that. Didn't know about Die Hard 4.
And since in Die Hard 4, they need to get to a certain point to explain. They're filming everything and all the action scenes or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And there was a scene with Kevin Smith in there, which is meant to explain the entire plot.
Yeah.
So anything that was missing, anything they were putting together, they were like, okay, we'll just write the dialogue in that scene, and then you can explain it.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well, that's not. I mean, when you want a full script, like when you want to know what he needs to explain in that scene,
you're
basically saying to the guy, you look, we're filming our stuff, you come up why, and explain to us. So like, but it's fun. By the way, it's different in Jackie Chan films where he's like scouting locations. He's like, okay, I want to do a fight here, right?
Yeah.
And then we will come up with a reason as to why.
Yeah.
When there's a particular location, and then we'll go and do that.
Yeah.
Right. They all ties together.
Yeah.
And you know how fast Hong Kong films move. They just bam, 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 except for the fight scenes, which they spend the most time on because that's what they do care about. They care about
of course,
acting. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Fight? What fight? Yeah.
Yeah, but it seems like as well as much as the Steven Seagal fight, the films are about the fighting. They seem to spend the greatest amount of time on the fights either.
No. It's just a film about nothing when you think about it, like a lot of these films. It might sound like
it's a film about a guy going to kill a whole bunch of other guys because they crossed him for
some reason, or someone he knows someone who died. Something stupid. You know what I mean? It's never. Yeah. Or a vengeful wife. It's all the standard crappy cliche.
Well, look. To be fair, the titles are basically you look at a title of Seagal's films. They're going to sound like another title in any of Seagal's films as well.
Yeah.
And literally. They do get across the point of the film as well.
Yeah, somewhat.
What can you say about that, right?
Nothing.
Yeah. Look, he's a dude and he's got a career.
Yeah.
And to be fair, some people like you're making films, so people would love to make films.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't got the greatest acting skills in the world. He's not got the, according to his movies, the greatest action skills in the world either. But he made a career out of them. He made a career in his name alone. So that is something, and he is a brand. So
it's like good on him, man. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. And not to knock him right at the end of this, right?
Yeah.
But there are the controversies as well, which we as a reflection of his career, we had to get to, even though we're holding it back this far. Where the dungeon underneath his mansion with the coerced females is the best way I can kind of put it without
without being too explicit.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
and also like his ties to possible foreign agents all of a sudden.
I'd say they like Yakuza and the Russian Mafia, right?
Yeah.
I'm not to say we'll skirt over them because we don't know too much about them. We actually don't. It's just how much do we know about them, really?
Yeah. But
and that's not me just covering up.
It's
just like
we don't know much because we're not him. But
exactly.
But you know what it kind of reminds me of? You know the guy who played Heihachi in the Tekken movies?
Yeah. Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Yeah, because he's like half Russian or something, isn't he?
Is he half Russian?
Yeah, something like he's got Russian citizenship or something. And like Seagal kind of reminds me of the budget version of him.
He's a guy, by the way. I don't think he's an action guy, but he does those roles which make use of his authority.
Yes.
Yeah. And his presence. So you believe that he can do the stuff.
Yeah.
I think Seagal has walked around being more known for a parody of being Seagal than actually being like people accept him as like, all right, you are a joke who's not in on the joke. So,
yeah. It makes it even worse.
You know, you think it isn't a joke when everyone else knows it is. And like you said, if he accepted it and he leaned into it, people were like, you know what? Yeah, he's not so bad. If he was like he did an action film and everything was completely over the top, where he started touching people and they started flying 2 meters back and everything like that, But except that he does that in his legit action movies, and he's just like, but you're not that, like, you're not that powerful.
No,
like, you know,
it's like his delusion. Like you would think by now, he would just like get in on the joke or know that's a joke, but no, it's not. He's weird.
Yeah.
Even like Jean Claud Van Dam kind of got in the joke with him and stuff like. You know what I mean, Wesley Snipes. Well, they got in on the joke, and they kind of come up the better side of it. But he's just too.
I feel like as well. Speaking now, if we were speaking about a fictional character like we did of Charles Xavier, and we could say so much of the dodgy stuff because it's like it's not real. We're not really. We're talking about a character that does some shady stuff or after a so long career, and you're like, but he's not real, so we can actually dig in some more.
Yeah.
Right? But Seagal, a balanced and fair perspective, according to us, right? I mean, he's a real guy, so you can only say so much where you're like, okay, I'm not saying I want to spit upon him or anything like that, but it's just like, we're not here to do that. We're just talk about how and if he entertained us.
Yeah. And
then some of the stuff that he has done which are shady, but you don't want to go into too much detail of it because you're like, it's scummy kind of, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
because I would say like I'm more entertained by his out of like movie shenanigans than his. You know what I mean? That's kind of
except for the whole except for the stuff that you're like.
Yeah, except for the like shady
his antics.
Antics. Like I said, like I mentioned before, like when his interviews and he's always changing his heritage, like I'm half Native American or like then what this and now he's like Russian. You know what I mean? It's like wait, what?
I'm sure like if you point out the interviews where he contradicts himself, you'd be like, no, that's the Steven Seagal character, right?
Yeah.
The Steven Seagal character. Oh my goodness, that reminds me. There was a white guy. Okay, so some white guy said he had Native American heritage. I can't remember what it was. He had a book about it. The only thing that he did was rename himself.
Yeah.
And then he grew his hair into a ponytail.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that sounds familiar. And didn't he get like caught out or something? And like, well,
yeah. But he's still living the kayfabe life.
Yeah. I strangely admire people who can do that. Like that level of delusion. Like, I kind of remind me, like, wow, man, you're committed to the bit. All right.
Yeah. Because some people they go too far, and they think they can't back out now. But some people are just like, nah, I haven't even got far enough. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're like, oh, you're gonna crash and burn soon. This will be hilarious. I'm just gonna wait till that day. Something like, it's like, wait till that
I'll
day.
take it to my grave if I don't admit it. He's like, you know what's funny is when you're watching something like Murder She Wrote or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And the criminal admits it in the end. It's like, no, don't admit it.
No, don't admit it. Take it to the grave. You know? You're literally like...
Yeah. And if you don't admit it, then they can't. They might accuse you, yeah.
Yeah, but they have no proof.
Without a confession.
Yeah. Like, why? Now you say that, yeah. But why did they even do that? It's like, well, no, Angela, you're crazy. Like, it's gonna sound bad.
Yeah.
Just stop the gaslight her, you know what I mean? Like...
yeah. Except for Columbo, right? Because Columbo, you'd be like, look, I did it, Columbo. Just go away from me, please.
Yeah, like, dude, you're making me admit stuff I didn't do now at this point.
Yeah. Your annoyance is too much, please.
Oh, Columbo, he's great.
That's
what
I actually do enjoy Columbo. I never enjoyed Columbo at the beginning because I'm like, why do you want to know who the murderer is? But when you're like, oh, it's the reverse Catchem.
Yeah. Like, oh.
You know, the criminals. It's like it's letting you know how the criminals think they're so smart.
Yeah.
Except that Columbo is actually smarter.
He's 5 steps
ahead. He's playing stupid.
But then you remember, I remember the theory. I don't know if I made this up. It's like, you know, like Cowboy Bebop, like when Spike says that one eye of his sees in the future, one eye's in the past because of the fake eye, whatever. I felt like Columbo, that was his magic. Like, that's why he had a lazy eye, because it was always looking into.
It was glass. He actually did have a glass eye, by the way.
He didn't it?
He did. He had one of his eyes is glass.
Yeah, and that's the one where all the like processing power comes from, where he can see like, things that we can't. You know, that's his mutant ability. So he had to take out his eye and give him more power.
Yeah,
man, that was dope.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Yeah. So Seagal, he's
he's a thing.
Look. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still got a career.
Yeah.
What can you say? You know.
Yeah.
I'd like to say we'd like him to have. I want to say, look. I don't necessarily say I would like him to have a renaissance, but unfortunately, he blocked himself because he's like, nah.
Yeah, he's burnt too many bridges. Yeah, there's no way he can have a. Yeah. Unless somehow he gets humble, but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Oh, please. With this guy's ego? Jeez. Vegeta. Yeah. This guy makes Vegeta look like a humble man.
A humble man, you know. Like the guy who made sure Cell will get to his perfect form so he can lose it. Yeah, like, dude, man. No, you have an easy win. Save the universe. Nah. Let's see how strong this guy really is and see how strong I am. Oh, wait, he overpowers me. Guess the universe is in trouble now. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Okay. Well, okay, first of all, I want to say, is there any compliments you're going to pay Seagal? But it's probably
no.
Anything you say has got a little.
It's got no caveats.
It's got. You can't even go into the proper direction.
Yeah.
And I think I've ran out of all the good stuff. I mean, look, other than to say, oh yeah, he's 6'5", so he's taller than the average man.
Yeah.
Which not, I don't say average compliment or not, but it does give him an extensive reach when he's legit fighting.
Yeah.
I don't know actually how well that translates on screen as well, because on screen he doesn't look like a particularly tall guy.
No. But then it makes you think, is he really 6'5"?
Well, yeah, it's true. It's true.
This is someone who would like.
I mean, Tom Cruise surrounds himself with people that are similar to his height, so he does not look 5'6".
Yeah. So he could be doing the same.
I never would have thought Kurt Russell was 5'7".
Yeah, but Kurt Russell's awesome, so you know.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that's
I'm saying,
what I'm
like,
there.
that's
Yeah,
why you're like,
I never
oh,
think he's
okay.
that size.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. What's there left to say about Seagal? Negative or positive, if you want to throw any other comments, not compliments, because I know you don't do that to this guy.
I'll just say to people, if you want to be entertained, listen to his album. The first one.
Which one?
Came out in 2004. Was it? Did they come out?
The songs from the Crystal Cave.
Yeah. So yeah.
Did you watch? Did you listen to the whole album?
I think I did. I think.
Oh wow.
I think I did. I think Tim made me listen to it years ago.
Oh wow.
And then I just got caught up on that song.
Which one?
That one everyone makes jokes about. The reggae infused one.
What? There's let's see.
I think it's She-Wolf. I can't remember.
Because I know off the top of my head, I know there's Girl It's Alright, which I do listen to.
Yeah.
Not on occasion, but just like wow, yeah. And Alligator Ass, which.
Oh, let me find that.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Oh, by the way, okay. As you try and look for it, what do you think of Steven Seagal's Memphis style, sometimes reggae Jamaican accents, which I don't know if he's meant to be Jamaican or whatever, but he puts on some accents in some of these films where he's taking some sort of patois or whatever that he's trying to do, and I just interpret it as him trying to be that because it doesn't sound like he's speaking normally, and he's trying to put a little bit of New Orleans. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing.
But again, that's one of the things. Like, why didn't the director of the film say to him, "Bro, why are you doing this? This just sounds wrong."
But then again, here's the thing, right? If he's Steven Seagal and says, "I'm going to do this," what's his name? I forgot. Neil McDonough.
Yeah.
Who played Irish and and he's like, "I'm going to do this Irish," and the guy was like, the director's like, "All right, fine."
Okay, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, all right, whatever, you know. So if the gal says, if he comes in there and he's going to do it like that, what do you say? If it's his movie, you know?
Yeah, it's true. That's it. The song I'm talking about is called Strut.
Okay, maybe I have to listen to that.
Have a listen to it.
You're saying that was in song. Well, there's Mojo Priest and there's song from the Crystal Cave, and you're saying that it is Struts. Oh yeah, it's okay. Right, I see it. I'll have a listen. I'll have a listen to it. I can find it somewhere, right?
You're
saying wait. Do you listen to the whole album?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Is it worth listening to?
No.
Not for comedic value.
For bands, yeah. For comedic value, but it's like one of those things. Once you've listened to it about comedic value, you should never do it again. For like a couple of years. Okay.
You got me. I think I'll if I can find it somewhere to listen to, I'll just do it for the
I might actually add a snippet to it for this video.
Okay. All right. Did it end? Yeah. Okay, we'll sign up on that because then you can follow up with the promise that you just made now.
I'm gonna do it. Oh, people's gonna be crying.
All right. Cool. All right. So we're signing up for this episode of Trip on the Multiverse. I'm the man who with the magic ponytail, CY Chung.
And I am the man who got choked out and peed myself, Carl Charles.
A lot more than that, but yeah.
A lot more than that, but I've been nice,
Allegedly, by the way, remember,
don't sue me. Allegedly.
Yeah,
but I believe Gene. But anyway, because he made the bell lock. Anyway, and thank you for listening to us talk about the man, the myth, the legend, the infamous Steven Seagal. And let us know what your favorite or least favorite Steven Seagal film is in the comment section down below. And you can do that if you watch this on YouTube. Also, if you're just listening to this on the audio way, like through headphones and on a podcast through your phone or whatever, don't forget to read the description. That's where you can find where we can find us on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. Even leave a comment there, I believe. I think you can do it on Spotify. Not too sure. And don't forget to follow us on those social media platforms that I said. Check out our YouTube channel. Give us likes, share, subscribe, all that lovely, jubbly stuff. And until next time, guys, I'd like to thank you all for taking a trip with us around the multiverse. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, guys. So just as I promised, you're going to hear the classic Steven Seagal track, Stutter, by Steven Seagal from his 2004 album. Something I weren't paying attention, but I'm not going to play you all of it because it will ruin your life. So here's a bit of it, and hope you enjoy, and I'll sign off again in a second.
Up like Benji, hold up. So, me want the body if you make me feel nice. Why? Tell me what you really want all night.
You want the bananas if you make me nice. Me love the way you walk, sometimes the way you talk is so hot. Now you know, let's have a shot of rum. Then me can make you come with me to the ocean. That would be fine. You can be my bow cat. Nice idle breeze, bring you to your knees. We're jamming.
Yep, and that's as terrible as I told you guys it was. So yeah, I'm sorry. Now you got to live with this like I have the last 20 years. Yep, enjoy. 20. Oh God, I'm old. Not as old as Steven Seagal. Anyways, thank you guys for taking a trip with us around Multiverse. Bye.